So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you guys finally found me. For those of you guys returning, I am so blessed to be here doing your reading again today. I can't thank you guys enough, and I can't wait to see what we have with this reading for all of you guys. I hope these readings resonate with you guys. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. Today's reading, we'll be taking a look at what it is that this person would say to you if they were being completely honest with you. Okay, this is a timeless message, meaning whenever you click on this reading, the message was meant to find you as long as it resonates, of course. And so we'll be pulling four, apparently. 4 cards, okay, for this pick a card from this deck right here. But before we pull the cards, let's take a look at the decks we'll be using. Love this deck, by the way. Etsy, if you guys are interested in any of these decks, I will put a link right here to the deck flip through. And I generally post my decks when I open them so that we can see them together and energetically charge the cards for future readings. All right, and these don't have a case. This is the Jane Austen Tarot, and also these don't have a case, and we'll be using the Modern Love Oracle as well. I'll be shuffling these cards on video here, okay, for all of us to sort of see, and I'll put timestamps so you guys can skip ahead. So beautiful angels, let's pull our 4 options for the picks here. And we're looking at what it is that the person on your mind would say to you if they were being completely honest with you. It's going to be a direct channel message from this person. We'll do a quick energy check. Do a quick energy check just to make sure that you've tapped into the right pile, okay? Clear and concise message, spirits, for the collective. Can we get 1, 2, 3, and option 4. Option 4. All right, so if at any point you're drawn to any one of these 4 options for your picks, I know pile number 2 revealed itself. I'm not doing any reversals here, so I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so feel free to, I'll move these over, to select from the timestamp when you're ready to go. Okay. So option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. We'll reveal these shortly. Option 1, you guys have the dragonfly. Option number 2, you guys have the buffalo. Option number 3, you guys have the hippopotamus. And option number 4, you guys have the hedgehog. Okay, so I don't know if this distracts you guys. It certainly distracts me. So I'm going to move these over so you guys can sit with this energy. All right, I'll leave the video running for a bit. When you guys are ready, I will put the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It will take you guys directly to your pick, and I will see you guys at your pick. Gorgeous angels, pile number 1, you guys pick the dragonfly card here. We're going to tap into the energy of the person on your mind and do a quick energy check here so that you guys know whether this is the right pile, because I don't want you guys wandering to the wrong pile. If you resonate with this part, being your connection with the person on your mind, then I will do a direct channel message from that person to you in regards to what it is that they would say to you if they were being completely honest. Okay, so let's take a look at the person on pile 1's mind, spirit. Tap me into pile number 1's person, the person they came here about, and how will pile 1 know that this is indeed their pile? Can we take a look at this connection? How is it that pile 1 would describe this connection with this person at this time? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed to be here. I realize you guys have a lot of readers you guys can go see. And so I do appreciate you guys being here. So my cat is scratching. I'm going to let him right out. Go on. All right. So let's take a look. Now, dragonfly traditionally means seeing through an illusion. Okay, in Oracle. Now, with this deck, because I do feel like the decks are to be read kind of in line with how the creator made the meaning of the card, okay? And in this deck, this dragonfly talks about new beginnings and really connecting to the magic of the present moment, allowing yourself to sort of just let things be and trust in the magic and in the new beginning. So I don't know if this is a new beginning or a new phase in a connection where we're seeing through maybe a lot of things that potentially might have been fearful at some time, or maybe we had one understanding of this person at one point in time, or if this is a new connection, because like I said, this does talk about trusting a new beginning. We are learning to trust again, you know, and things that maybe used to spook us, or things that might have got in the way in the past, uncertainties, maybe lack of self-trust in our intuition or trusting in another, is something we're finally seeing through or learning to understand about ourselves. Or possibly, if this is a history with this person, it's like we're seeing through a lot of things now, but I am getting a positive energy. So I do feel it is for the better. So let's see. We have 3 of Wands. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. Okay, so 3 of Wands is a positive card because this is all about expansion. And it's like laying the groundwork so we can move forward. All right, so it could talk about a new phase for sure. And I do feel there's some old phase that's sort of happened in the past here. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, and 6 of Wands in reverse. And Ace of Wands. So 2 aces, talking about a new beginning here. And we have the 2 of Cups. Oh my goodness. And we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Interesting. I might get clarifiers for this, but let me channel and see what comes through. It might come through as I do this. Okay, beautiful angels. This could be a long distance connection here, okay? Or this definitely could be something in regards to traveling towards one another, getting closer together. I feel in the past there was a lot of uncertainty. Okay, maybe a lack of communication, maybe a lack of understanding, not knowing, things were unclear, I feel. And maybe this led to a breakdown. If this is new, because I do feel for some of you guys it is new, so I have to sort of include that as well. A new connection, and there is no history here. It's like you are learning to trust again, because whatever you experienced in the past wasn't successful or didn't work, or something about maybe having to learn a lot of lessons the hard way, you know. And yeah, if you guys aren't yet, like if this is new, a new energy here, this could be someone coming towards you as well that you're unaware of. So if you are maybe coming here about a specific person of the past, we could definitely be tapping into a new connection for you. Okay, this is confirming some of your intuition here. If you kind of suspect there might be someone else or someone new coming in for some of you guys. Okay, now I'm getting 3 sort of camps here. So maybe because there's a lot of people. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep it really straight. For all of you guys, there is a new beginning. There is something that is sparked here. So if it's an old connection or a connection that's been going, it's like the spark has been reignited here because we were able to work through or see through something that maybe was a challenge or led to a breakdown in the past. You know, it's like we're seeing hope and we're fired up about what can be with this person for all of you guys. Okay, if this is someone coming towards you, it's going to be a new connection that gives you some hope to actually experience a balanced union with someone who wants to share and give, and you feel like you and this person might share the same values. Okay, if this is someone who hasn't been stepping up maybe or expressing themselves, there could be them sort of changing or being honest, you know, about their feelings, or maybe showing up a little bit differently here. Okay. Now I do feel like for some of you guys, maybe you felt like you weren't sure if you could build a future with this person, and maybe you guys have pulled away or broken away from this person. Maybe you stopped talking to this person or were just sort of held back, or your energy was giving that you didn't really feel like this was someone you could depend on or build something with. And I do feel it being very important for you to build something with someone that is solid, that you could trust and have an idea of what that looks like, or at least know that there is a potential to get there. And maybe that was the thing, was you weren't sure, like it was directionless, or you weren't sure what it was amounting to. And it could be that this person, instead of dealing with this connection, they might have got spooked, they might have ghosted, or they might have just been pulled back themselves. Okay. Maybe this person wasn't making themselves completely available in the 3D world. It could be that this person, for some of you guys, might have been having some other obligation, another energy here. With this Queen of Pentacles, could be the mother of their child. Okay, or like an ex, or maybe a dependent spouse or partner, or something like this, that I don't necessarily feel is romantic, but a responsibility for this person. And maybe they were incapable of moving forward or providing some confidence to you in regards to where this is heading. And so things are very not clear. And maybe this person was just really withheld from expressing anything or even showing up. And so this left a big question mark. So we have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn as an energy coming through here. And the World in reverse. Yeah, I feel like there's a major cycle that's transitioning out here, you know, in this connection. And if this is someone you haven't met just yet, it's like this person's moving towards you. They're wrapping up and closing out a cycle of something here that wasn't allowing this person the freedom to energetically show up. So it's like hope for a new beginning is kind of what I see here. Now, I'm going to get some clarifiers here, okay? Because I'm not quite sure I'm understanding all this Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords type energy. But why is this Queen of Pentacles here in reverse? The World in reverse again. So yeah, it's like closing out a cycle with a dependent spouse or a dependent partner, or something from the past seems to have not closed out, or it could be you working on closing out the energy of the past where you felt like maybe this person was someone that you couldn't depend on, you know? Nine Swords, lots of anxiety, sleepless nights. It's like being stuck in our mind about the uncertainty, I think, here, like whether you guys could have a new beginning, whether the past could be put behind you guys. And if this person was involved with someone else, it's like, will this person decide to move forward on from this? Five Pentacles, make themselves available. I think this was the bone of contention. Maybe you felt left out in the cold, and a lot of like worry about like, will this manifest in the 3D? Is this something that can actually grow, or is this something that's just going to not go anywhere? But this person definitely felt like they were, I don't know, like had another commitment. Maybe you did. Okay, so switch roles. Maybe you were unavailable because you were tied to some responsibility and it didn't allow you to be available in the 3D. And so it's like, I can't deal with this or face this just yet. So let's see, did it lead to an argument or something here? I mean, this is in my future position, so I'm not quite sure what we're seeing here. Spirit, why is this Knight of Swords here in reverse? Why is this Knight of Swords in reverse here for pile one's person on their mind? The Moon in reverse. So a lot of this like moonlight energy, which is uncertainty and anxiety about what we don't know or what we can't see or understand because there was no clarity. I feel like the clarity was in regards to where's this going, because of other commitments is what I feel, and other things that happened or that were in place before you guys came together. That's closing out. And so you feel the turn, and the turn is that you sense that this is on the verge of some new energy as soon as this closes out. Seven of Pentacles, yeah. And it's like, how much am I going to invest? Is the squeeze worth the juice here? You know, am I going to invest, and nothing's going to amount of this thing? And like I said, for some of you guys, it's been some time already with this person and nothing's really been promised or seen or understood. And if this is new, it's like you've already learned that you've burnt time maybe in the past and haven't been successful. And it's like, I want to be sure, I want to be clear that I'm in a position to give to this connection and not go through maybe something that I've gone through in the past that you're still processing or closing out completely. And yeah, it's like you don't want to go through that whole thing again. And so you're trying to make sense of it. Okay. The Empress in reverse. So Empress is Taurus and Libra energy. This can definitely talk about a need to connect to our self-value and maybe even trust again. Like I said, you know, to have a new beginning, to be open to giving and receiving love. Could be we were wounded in love, you know, we were learning to love again, or make ourselves available, or trust. Yeah, okay, so it could definitely be flipped, and this could be your person's energy, you know, but we're going to see now, because I'm going to do a direct channel message, what this person would say if they were being completely honest, if you resonate with this being your connection. Okay, I don't know who's going to come through the back end. Now, I am going to put a timestamp here, lovely people, because I will shuffle these on camera, because I do feel for some of you guys you like to see. So you can skip ahead if you want to go to your direct channel message. So Spirit, for pile one, the people connected with that messaging, can we see what the person on pile one's mind would say to them if they were being completely honest? What would they say to pile one if they were being completely honest with them? Right here, right now, Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number one and this connection. What would this person say to them? Thank you so much, Spirit. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile one. Please help me to channel this message in a way that pile one will understand. Thank you so much. You're so blessed to be here, Spirits. Thank you. Let's move these out of the way. pile one's person, what would they say if they were being completely honest with pile one? I think we should see other people. Now, don't take words literally, okay? This definitely could be, like I said, this moonlight energy. Like, should I move on? Should I start seeing other people? Is this going anywhere? Are we building something? Okay, I think that was the biggest conflict here, was the lack of knowing whether we should stay committed with the 7 Pentacles. I feel one more. Okay. Pile number one's person, what do they want to say? If they were to say anything at all, person on their mind. Thank you, Spirit. One of these. For pile number one's person, what would they want to say? Thank you, Spirits. And 2 more, and then we will start to channel. What does pile number one's person want to say if they were to say anything at all? Wow, engagement. Okay. And finally, one of these. Okay. Now, I am going to do a little shuffle-roni here with these cards. Okay, let us take a look. So we have, I am becoming a better person. So that was the theme of the energy. Things were turning or becoming better. I know I was a distraction from your pain. And I hide behind material things. Oh my goodness, that was that Queen of Pentacles and reverse energy I was feeling. So I don't want to wait any longer. Please be mine. Let's do that like that. And I think we should see other people. And you have to be patient and time to ground yourself. Okay. And sex with you, number 6. Doesn't say whether it's good or bad. That card's annoying. They are waiting for you. Okay. And we have, will you choose me? Number 4, and love me. Okay. And we have engagement. We have 56, fundamental injury stress level, rejection, put away, repulse, eviction, refusal, exclusion, banishment. Number 2, type 2, the helper, emotional center between giving and receiving. This is giving me that Knight of Swords in reverse energy. Okay, and then we have sweetness. Wow, right by this love me. Okay, and we have coping, number 9. All right, so some Virgo energy coming through and some Pisces energy and some Libra energy and some Cancer energy, okay? And some Aries and some Scorpio, more Taurus, Libra, and some Gemini, Capricorn energy. Okay, I do love you, just don't know how to show you right now. I hope you have a future. I hope to have a future with you one day. I hide my true desires for you. I am putting myself first now. I love you so much, no matter what. And I am sorry for messing everything up. You deserve so much more. Please don't hate me for ghosting you. You didn't deserve it. I wish you would knock on my door. I have to let you go to find myself. These feelings are eating me alive. You deserve better. And please do what is best for your heart. Okay. Let me tap into this. All right. I do feel like I want to put these over here. Okay. Better. Give me a second to tap into this. Okay. Beautiful angels. Gorgeous, gorgeous angels. Do not take any of these words literally. Okay. I'm going to be channeling the energy that comes from these cards directly from your person here. Okay. So I'm going to preface this reading and then I'm going to start to channel your person. So the thrust of this messaging is clear. There is still like this wobbly energy. And I feel like this person who I am about to channel here is in an energy here of about to throw caution to the wind. Okay. But first of all, before they throw caution to the wind here, I feel like this person is still sort of sitting with themselves, is what I feel. And I feel like this person is still a little bit wobbly, like I say. And what's the wobble? One foot is talking about them sort of sitting in a current energy that they don't like right now. And this is because this person might fear that if they step forward here, they're not sure what sort of energy fully you'll be in or what to expect here. And so there's a lot of fear in finally pulling this trigger. Okay. And so it's like they know that whatever they did, and this is for those of you guys who have a history with this person, whatever they did, they feel here like this is something that they're going to have to make up with you, you know? And if this is someone here who, like I said, is new, it's like this person, like you just started seeing this person, it's like this person's fear of what happened in the past is sort of keeping them a little hesitant, even though they know that they're wanting to move forward. But it's like the past can't help but creep in here. And it's like they're still trying to sort through this before stepping forward. And they're sort of building up their courage. Okay, but there's very intense feelings here. Now, if you don't know this person and they're sort of coming through, it's like this person is healing the biggest challenge that they have in the way of them stepping forward and actually engaging in connection without fearing that they'll be rejected or holding themselves back because of pains of the past that they've experienced. And so there's always this hesitation, like should they be completely open and trusting and vulnerable, and they're not sure. Okay, so I am going to channel this and take it into context with whatever situation that you're experiencing. Okay. Pile one, I feel like a lot of what's gone on with me has been a heavy burden, and it's got in the way of this connection because of the fact that I was maintaining the same energy that was really the big obstacle in me being happy and being able to trust again and love again and experience again. And it's like, even though I know it's a heavy feeling and a burden and painful to be in this energy, it's like I'm still hanging on to it because the unknown is much more scarier than the known. The devil that I know here is understood by me because all I've experienced, it has been disappointments and rejection in the past. And it's really dictated how I engage in connections. It's not specifically you. It's my own heaviness that I carry. There's always fears of not being welcomed or loved or completely appreciated. And I just feel like I'll be rejected eventually or somehow. And so sometimes I sabotage. And I did feel like I treated you in a way here that just assumed I'd be rejected and hurt. And so I created the pain before you could create the pain. But that didn't diminish my feelings. My feelings for you have been true and are always true. They're very intense. I feel so much love for you, and I feel like you deserve the best version of me that I couldn't be. It's like, what do I say to you? I'm too cowardly to face you, or I'm too cowardly to step forward or trust, and be confident. It's like, how do I get there? And I couldn't get there. And I know that I couldn't get there or I'd psych myself out. And so it's like I had to and have to still face that or understand that or come to terms with that so I could take a step forward. My intention is to step forward. It's like by that time, it's like, will you still love me and feel for me the way I want you to? And I know I have to deal with it because just sitting here with this energy is really getting to me. It's something that needs to be addressed. And I got spooked and I treated you in a way here that was opposite than how I truly felt. And you really didn't deserve that. And I feel like maybe you are still hurt by this. And I don't know how you're going to take that out on me at some point when I finally am confident enough or courageous enough to come forward. And so I feel like if you were to come towards me, it would put a bit of my uncomfortableness at ease and my lack of confidence here, because I would trust that you feel love for me and it'd be safe enough for me to communicate with you and express how I'm feeling. Although I get very nervous and my first inkling is to keep it to myself. And so I feel like instead of dealing with my emotions and expressing myself and talking about my true desires, I just focus on the things here that I can control, things here that don't require me to come out or put me out of my comfort zone or make me feel uncomfortable. And so I really put a lot of my energy and my focus on my responsibilities and the things here that I use as an excuse. I use this as a way to deal with my everyday, but I'm hurting inside, and I'm hurting because I feel like I'm disconnected from truly being able to love again and receive love again and be in line with my truest desires, which is a connection of union and love with someone who understands me. And I feel like you are that person, and I want to put myself there again. I want to trust that I could focus on that part of me again instead of all these things that are eating me alive and taking bits of me every day. I feel like I'm becoming numb. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I feel like I'm just doing the bare minimum in regards to keeping me emotionally afloat without really connecting to my heart. I feel like you made me see that there is hope and love again, that there is true, genuine love and innocence out there, that there is nothing to fear but the past experience. And even though I see this, I know it's not about you. It's still overcoming it within me. And where do I want to go with you? I want to give you commitment. I want to be completely prepared to show up for you, to commit to you. And I don't know if at that point in time you just had enough waiting, enough dealing with my nonsense and my fears and my running away and all of this. I feel like you might feel very rejected by my inability to be honest with you and communicate with you. And sometimes I doubt that you might feel the way you think you feel about me, or the way that I've treated you. And now you're doing motions. How can I trust that? And I get lost in my mind whether I can trust again what you're saying, what you say you want. I feel like time is of the essence, and if I wait any longer, I might miss you forever. But at the same time, I know that if I were to step forward prematurely and unprepared and not able to commit to you, that it wouldn't go very well. And I don't want to lose out, and I don't want to mess this thing up. I feel like sometimes the best thing to do in the past was just to let you go and focus on my life and be okay with that. Like I'm deserving of suffering somehow. But I know that that is just my pain body talking, and that I am worthy of something more. But I say this, but I don't feel it inside. I feel like you deserve more than who I am and what I can offer right now. And even though I'm confused in my emotional body and in this energy that's rejected you or made you question me, it doesn't change how deep I feel. I love you deeply, and I want to be able to experience you in a healthy way. I just don't know how to get there. And so I feel like I have to get real with you. I have to say things to you that are honest, that are true. And that's what I'm building my courage up for. I'm very much attracted to you, and I feel a lot of love for you, and passion and desire and so much more. And I feel like it's all very overwhelming, and I don't know where to put all these things. And so I know you've been very patient, and I've been taking my time and sorting this out. And I just feel like I really want you to be by my side as I figure it out and work my way through this. It's like I'm being called to address this. I can't run from this no more. But I know at the same time, I have to be centered, grounded, and prepared to have these conversations. And I know that I know myself, or the past version of me. And the past version of me has failed. Seems like a failure, seems not good enough for this connection. And it hurts me to say this, but these are the thoughts that keep creeping up. And I feel like you deserve better than that. I also feel like it'd make things a lot easier for me if you were to open that door, but I know that the courage sits with me to have to walk through and heal and overcome this challenge. And this isn't something that you're going to have to do for me, but I feel like it gives me the confidence to overcome this fear and this part of me that just keeps creeping every time I try to move forward in love and connect and be able to let loose and trust. I get cold feet, I get held back, I get in my own mind again. And so this is why I haven't been able to tell you the truth of how I feel. And I see a beautiful future with you, with the healed version of me that trusts. And I see that one day we can get there. And I don't feel like it's going to be something that I'd want to take a chance on when I know that I'm not ready or that I'd hurt you again. And I know that I'd have to make things right because how I've treated you hasn't been right. And so this is what I'm trying to sort through. And in the meantime, if you feel you want to move forward or love someone else, I can't hold you back from it. And although it's painful to say, I totally understand and trust that if you wanted that for yourself, that would make complete sense. And it scares me that I'd miss the boat. And so I just hope and I pray that you're patient enough with me to overcome this delay, putting up with me and my pains, putting up with my blocks, my fears. And at that time when I'm ready to come forward and commit to you, I sure hope that you choose me, that you trust me, that you love me. And I don't know that I'll ever be good enough for you, or if I'll always be playing catch up. But I do know that I want to spend time sorting through this so I could be the person that you want and deserve. All right, pile number 1. This is your reading. I hope this resonated for you guys. And if you guys were drawn to another pile, I will see you there. All right, bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the Buffalo card here, and we're looking at what it is that your person on your mind would say to you if they were being completely honest with you, and a direct channeled message from this person. Now, before we get into the direct channel message of what they would say to you, if they were to say anything at all, we're going to do a quick energy check to see if this is your pile. Okay, so Spirit, for pile number 2, the person they came here about the connection they're asking about. How would pile 2 know that this is indeed their pile? What is going on in this connection right here, right now? How would pile 2 describe how they're feeling or what's going on in this connection so that they know that this is indeed their pile? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing this reading for you. All right, so gorgeous angels, let's take a look. So the buffalo here talks about perseverance and abundance. It's like standing up for self, you know, and trusting, not choosing material things over things here that truly make us happy. And so let's see how this connects into this energy check. I'm getting a heavy earth energy here. Okay, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We have the King of Wands. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. And we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So the King of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay, interesting. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. She came out like this for pile number 1, although she was in this spot here. So same types of sort of energy, but we'll see once I start to channel. Okay, so more earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay, and then we have Death, Scorpio energy. It's all about transformation, release, the old. And we have the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, and then we have the Hermit. So heavy Virgo coming through this energy. And we have the Devil. So now we have heavy Virgo and Capricorn. Devil in reverse. And we have the Empress. So heavy Taurus as well. Just heavy earth all around. You and your person might be earth signs, okay? But not necessarily. We also have all the fire signs here. And we have Libra. Okay? And all the earth signs in Scorpio. So, yeah, some of you guys might have been pulled to pile 1, okay? Somehow, because I do feel there might be an essence of that. But this is more prominent in regards to, and I don't know if this is your energy or your person, so you might have to crisscross it. But I feel like someone here is finally maybe understanding what makes them happy and what doesn't make them happy. And maybe they were settling with a world that they knew that was sort of more a responsibility. It's like, it doesn't make me emotionally happy, but I have to be there because of such and such. This person depends on me, or it pays my bills, or I don't know. It is a way of choosing the material world over it. And so, like I say, it could definitely even be your energy, you know. It's giving sort of unhappy marriage type energy here, but it doesn't have to be like a legal marriage with like a husband and wife. It could be a community of people, a family, an established thing that we're responsible to or for, or someone is responsible for us, either which way. And this is something that we've been mourning and having to go through a change, a release. And so throughout this period of time, like I said, I don't know if it's you or your person, and I'm sorry. And well, I guess we'll see when I do the direct channeled message who the person on the other end is, and it could be mirrored between you and your person. But this is really about one energy releasing themselves from an established thing of the past that has been in their world for some time that isn't emotionally satisfying. And so there's been a lot of reflecting, understanding, working through transformation, release. And I do feel it's been very heavy having to accept truths that something isn't going to work, or how and what do I do to make myself happy? Because I do feel like there was unhealthy attachment to maybe our story of why we have to stay there, or a setup, you know, that didn't allow there to be freedom. I use that quote that's loosely, didn't allow there to be freedom. You know, that's just something that if we believe ourselves to be captive or held hostage, then that's the reality we live in. And so I feel like there's a lot of disappointment emotionally here and feeling stuck. And not being able to give and receive love from a place that feels deep and completely free. Okay, and maybe even forced, like feeling forced and stuck in a situation. And this message is coming through, so I will say it for some of you guys. It's like if we are in a relationship, it's like having physical sex here out of an obligation or a duty. You know, I don't know what that's all about, but maybe it's something here that's, I don't know, someone's engaged with or has been engaged with and not wanting to, or like something like this, like sex without love, you know? But that's not for all of you guys. I do feel like there's obviously we're reading for a connection, and I feel like the connection that this person is wanting to move towards is getting fired up here, because I do feel like this person is finally understanding or finally seeing that their situation or their circumstance has been emotionally unsatisfying, not fulfilling, potentially toxic, or just at least holding them back. And so there might be a very strong fire, desire, obsession in how to break free and how to heal this, and what is it that I got to do in order to have progress in my life and make moves. Because I do feel like the energy overall is someone who wants to make moves, you know, but wanting to is one thing. I feel like the big driver here is the suffering, and I do feel like something has to fall apart, or is falling apart, or is being deconstructed here. It's also giving an energy of like watching something sort of fall apart and not doing anything about it, because we're observing or just, yeah, like feel like we can't do anything about it except for accept things as they are. And so this might really, you know, rely on our persistence to get through challenging times and situations that we feel maybe is just stuck right now or holding us back, that we're trying to close out. The world in reverse showed up for pile one twice. Okay, so I do feel like the same sort of energy of this is like a passing dependent community, family, person situation that is being closed out in order for there to be a new beginning that this person feels inspired to have, because they no longer want to sit in a four cups energy. And so this connection might be one that's long distance with the ship here and this world. It could be one that met online or is communicating over the internet or through electronic device like text or email or communication like that for travel. Okay, for some of you guys. But I feel like it's finally realizing or recognizing that there is abundance outside of the world we created, that there is happiness and a potential for a new beginning of something solid outside of the world that maybe we thought we had to stick to, come hell or high water, you know? So I don't know whose energy this is, but if this sounded like you or your person or something you resonate with, we're going to do a direct channeled message from whoever pulls through the other side of this thing and see what it is that this person would say to you if they were to say anything at all. I am going to be doing the shuffling on camera or on film, on video. So if you want to go straight away to the message, I will put the timestamp below, okay, for those of you guys who want to skip ahead. So we're not going to take words literally, and we're just going to channel what it is that comes through. Okay, so for pile number 2, person on their mind, person they came here about. If they were to say anything at all to pile number 2, what would they say? Please, Spirit, clear and concise message. Please help me to channel this message in a way that pile 2 will understand. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. What would pile number 2's person on their mind say to pile 2 if they were to say anything at all right here, right now, to pile 2? What would they say in regards to how they feel or what they want to express about this connection? Thank you so much, Spirit, for this message. We're so blessed to be here. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. We have unfinished business. Okay. Pile number 2's person, what do they want to say if they were to say anything at all to pile 2? All right. 3 more decks, and then we will start to channel. What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2 if they were to say anything at all? One more, 2 more. This. Does pile number 2's person wants to communicate to pile number 2 if they were to say anything at all? And one of these, or however many come up. One more. I'm feeling one of these as well. I got to go back here. Sorry. It's calling for one more. And then we will get into your messaging. Big cascade. It says, I will wait for a sign from you. And we even have unfinished business. Okay. I do feel, because it's revealed itself, we're going to take this one. And then I'm going to just move these cards out of our way because they're having a cascade. All right. Let's get this out of our way. Sorry, guys. All right. Tower moment. Let's take a look. Lots of cards here, so hopefully we could fit this all. Unfinished business and what do you want? Number 4. Okay. We have used and we have blocked. We have bulldozing, number 5. We have enabling, 65, or the number 11, okay? We have I am secretly obsessed with you. And we have I remember how we used to laugh and talk for hours about everything. I miss you. And we have I'm always here for you. Except when you're blocked, apparently. Okay, no matter what happens, my heart will always belong to you. And I'm so in love with you. You are so perfect to me. And will this pain ever stop? And I was hurt by you. And don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. And I can't take it anymore. Childhood trauma. I can't make you happy. I can't stop thinking about you. I long for your kiss. Cleanse. This one's the one that slid. I will wait for a sign from you. My beloved. Okay. And I am becoming a better person. Sorry, they're all slippy, slidey. And we have 72. Relationship traps, stress level, stress level. Fusion. Blend into each other. Intimate union. unification, communion, self-forgetfulness, reciprocal dance. Type 9, the peacemaker, instinctive center between forgetting and asserting one's self. Number 9. And we have 34, relationship skill, ego level, enthusiasm. Lightness, dynamic, projects, joyful, pleasure, optimism. Type 7, enthusiast, thinking center between pleasure and pain. And we have, I wonder if you are happy without me. And I want to fall asleep next to you. Okay. And we have 4, I lie awake thinking about our future. Seek professional advice. I just want you all the time. Happiness is my priority, and I'm too afraid to talk to you. Okie dokie. Let me sit here with this energy, okay? And then channel what it is that's coming through here. This one might be a tricky one. Let's see. Okay, beautiful angels. Do not take words literally, okay? It's going to be whatever I channel here and applies to your situation. And this is a general reading, so not every single thing is going to be to your situation, but take the gist of the energy that I'm about to read here as the messaging, and I will do a direct channel message from this person. Okay, so I do feel, and I'm going to preface this reading before I channel it, that this person's energy here, it does feel like they're not with you. And this does feel, for a lot of you guys, this might be your energy. Okay, like your energy in regards to this connection. And so if that's the case, this might be reflecting how you're feeling. But this person feels like they're not with the connection that's you came here about, okay? And there's a lot of question in regards to, will it happen? And I need to free myself from situations that I'm dealing with here, but at the same time, there's a big question mark in regards to the other person. And I think the uncertainty of where the other person is at makes things more painful to deal with the everyday sort of situation. And so there's a lot of fantasy, there's a lot of dreaming of a future, there's a lot of wishing and hoping and going to some place where the energy is intermingled. But I think in the 3D, in the pentacle realm of making this happen, it's not happening. And I don't feel like it's because this person doesn't want it to happen, is kind of how I feel. I feel like this person wants it to happen. But there's things in the 3D that have to be resolved and gone through in some way. And so this person kind of almost feels like they're in the mercy of everyone and everything in their world, dictating what's going on with them. That it doesn't allow this person to actually choose who they want to be with. And I feel like they want to be in this connection. And that they use this connection to sort of make them feel better, to daydream and dream of something that could be better for them than what they are experiencing. Because I do feel like whatever this person is experiencing is not good. It was like a 4 cups. And they might feel not chosen by you or blocked by you, or like if you really wanted to be with this person, things would move forward as well. And so this person knows that maybe there's some healing that they're having to do. And yeah, they're feeling at the mercy of everyone and everything, including that this connection is sort of has them by the balls. Okay. Now, if they don't have balls and has them by the tots, I don't know. So let me just channel this person. Okay. Pile number 2. I feel like I can't get you out of my mind. I'm thinking of you when I'm in bed. I'm thinking of you in the morning. I'm thinking about what could be with us. And I feel like there's a future there of some possibility that would make me feel very, very happy. I feel so connected to you. Sometimes I feel like we are one and the same. And just thinking about this future with you makes me very excited. It brings happiness to my heart. It brings so much joy. But at the same time, the reality of the situation, when I look at what's going on, where I see where you're at and where I'm at, it's the opposite here. It's like, how do I reconcile these two worlds? A world that I want, a world that I dream of, a world that I connect to, that I could just go to a distant place. That makes me feel so much better. And it's in your presence, in your energy. And then I open my eyes to a reality that's happening here. And it seems to me like it's dictating everything. I don't know where you're at in regards to making things happen here. And I know I have to heal a lot of things here because I'm not happy. I feel a lot of pain when I'm apart from you. I feel a lot of pain when I'm dealing with a situation that I have to confront. I feel like sometimes I'm not doing the best thing for myself. I feel like sometimes I'm trying to force situations just because I feel like maybe that's what I have to do. But inside, there's a disconnect. My emotions are crying out. I feel so hurt, like no one's there to support and fully understand me in the 3D world. And I just feel like the only time I'm able to really be supported or connect is when I close my eyes and dream of a future. I feel like there's a version of me that I could be, that I'm trying to become, that's free, that's peaceful, that isn't dependent on situations or circumstances dictating my happiness. It's like I can't tell anyone this passion I feel for you, this desire, this intensity, and this heart warmth that I've been feeling for you. I have to keep it to myself. And so it seems like I'm in this world all alone, but like you were the one meant for me. And I feel like I understand you very well from a past life, and that there's something more here that you and I need to do together. I feel it deeply. That there is something here that keeps pulling at me that you know about and that I know about that needs to exist or happen or be accomplished in some way, that we must do it together and be on the same page and get there towards each other. And I don't know how to do this. Sometimes I feel like I'm just rejecting everything in my world that doesn't feel like it's aligned with that feeling I get from that inner knowing of where I'm supposed to go. But then I feel like I'm resisting a world that I got to deal with. And so I feel like there's really two realities, because the reality of the dream of you feels very real. But then I feel like part of me is upset, and I feel upset at myself, but I can't help but feel angry at you as well. Like maybe you're just using me for your own purposes, and maybe there's something here that you're needing to do as well that you're avoiding. And it makes me feel like, am I fighting alone? Are you healing? Are you working through your traumas? Are you equally committed to getting there? Do you feel the same way I feel? Can you feel me in the same way I feel you? Sometimes I feel like I'm just going absolutely insane, or like I really need to seek some help because I get very depressed and I feel like maybe I'm letting this dream or this fantasy get in the way of my world. My world feels very upside down. I feel like there's this 3D world, but it feels like that's the dream. Like everything in front of me doesn't feel like it's belonging to me or something I can fully commit and engage with. And so I feel very messed up and upside down here. I feel like I can't convince myself that anything is better than this connection with you, that you are the one for me, no matter how much I try to logically convince myself that my world is here or that I must make do with what I have here. But I know it's not true. I know there's an ease with you. There's soul food with you. There's a feeling of heart warmth and a feeling of unity and closeness and just understanding. Like we're just totally connecting. But it's such a fantasy at this point in my life, because I know that it hasn't happened and it's not happening. But how could something so real and that I'm so connected to be fake? It brings me great sadness and pain that I can't seem to escape this. And no matter where I go, I can't avoid it. It's in front of me to deal with and to address. And I don't like that I feel alone. I don't like that I feel like I have to sort through this on my own. It makes me very upset at you for creating this or abandoning me or not communicating with me. I feel I can't get to you. And I feel like if you wanted to get to me, you'd find a way, or at least there'd be some form of communication or understanding that I knew we'd be safe or we were working our way through this. But I feel in the dark. And so even though I feel this love and I feel this excitement and I feel this hope for a future, I feel like my reality is complete opposite. I feel like I'm completely stuck in a situation that's just pulling at me, and I don't feel like I have the power to do anything about it. I feel like I'm just allowing this to happen and unfold, and I feel very unhappy about the situation and circumstance and powerless, like I can't do anything about this. And then I just feed my emotions. I just feed my emotions. If I'm feeling upset, then I just feel how upset I am, and I sort of get stuck on that. And when I feel connected to you and longing for you, then I kind of get stuck on that. And I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. Like I'm just sort of allowing myself to go to and fro based on my feelings. And I don't think it's helping. I think it's making the situation worse. But I've never felt so connected to you. It's like you'd think I'm crazy if I came and told you all of this. What am I supposed to say? Do you know the dream? Do you know the fantasy of us? Do you know the past life of us? Do you know the communications that we're having in other realms? This isn't something that I can come forward to just tell you. But it's a constant pull, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm awake or sleeping. It's a constant thought of you. It's in the numbers. It's in the faces. It's in nature. It's in the names. It's in the voices. It's in my head. And it's like now, the only thing I want is to be happy. I want it to stop, but I don't want to be apart from you. And so I don't know what to do. I feel really drawn to you physically, like I need to make this happen. I long for it to happen. I want to plan for it to happen. I'm excited about the possibility of it happening. But what is it? Just a dream, just a fantasy, just a wish, just limerence here is how I feel. And then I get upset for allowing myself to connect to that. I feel like maybe overall I am learning things about myself. And overall, maybe I am becoming a little bit better in my world, bit by bit. But then I fall back and I don't know. I just feel like what would make me happy is to physically be connected to you and for us to create a future. But I know that maybe this is not going to happen anytime soon. And to accept this has been very challenging. I feel like you shut me out. I feel like I'm not allowed to explore you and express to you, and you haven't shared anything with me. And I just feel like, is this all about healing? Is this all about dealing with my abandonment wounds? Is this all about dealing with trauma and attachment? And so what I want you to know is how crazy I feel when I think about you, when I think about this connection, when I think about where I'm at. It's like I feel like my mind's about to snap. and just let down. I feel let down that you can't step up, or that you can't tell me that you're feeling the same way that I feel. It's like, I don't know what I did to have to be wrapped up in this. It feels heavy for me to carry. It's like, why you? Why do I only see the beauty in you, the potential in you, the intensity of you, and the beauty of you? It seems like you were made for me, but then all this other stuff. And it seems like no matter what I try to do or convince myself, that feeling is always there. And it seems like no matter how upset I'd be at what has happened, I'd always be available to you at any point when you're ready. And I don't know what that looks like, but I sure hope that we could heal this and that you're healing. Pile number 2. Like I said, I feel like a lot of you guys, this might be your energy, but I don't know so much. This feels very, very energetically, telepathically connected. Okay, I don't even know if this is someone you've been actually meeting or not here with the energy that I was tapped into. But we do have Virgo, Cancer, and more Cancer, Aries, Scorpio, and Taurus, Sagittarius, and Pisces, Libra. Okay, and also a message here from the divine in regards to encouragement to keep going and acknowledging the synchronicities. So if you are the one getting synchronicities, or this person certainly is through dreams or through numbers and whatever else you're talking about here, it's guiding this person. Okay, that they're not crazy and that they're being guided to do this healing. And most likely with this childhood trauma, it could be abandonment wounds. This is what's being healed. This is why the intensity, okay, and why they're being sort of shut out from the other person is, in order for them to heal, is they have to sort of be on the journey on their own. Because if they were to get what they want, they wouldn't overcome anything here. And they're needing to look at their world here, okay? But there's definitely soul recognition here of something that needs to be overcome, okay? So all these questions are there for a reason that's driving her intuition. So pile number 2, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. I love you so, so much, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Pile number 3, you guys picked the hippopotamus card. All right, and we're looking at the person on your mind, person you came here about, and what is their direct channel message to you if they were to say anything at all? What would they want you to know? What would they want to say to you right here, right now? Okay, so before we get into that direct channel message, we're going to do a quick energy check just to make sure you've come to the right pile. So we're asking Spirit for a clear and concise message regarding pile number 3. And how will they know that this is indeed their pile, Spirit? And what would they say to me about this connection in regards to what's going on, how they feel, while they're seeing this connection right here, right now? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so, so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here. What's going on in this connection at this time? How will pile number 3 know that this is indeed their message? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So blessed to be here doing your reading. Aquarius energy, we have the star in reverse. Okay, in the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Wands. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's take a look. We have the Hierophant in reverse, Taurus energy. We have the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy, heavy earth. And we have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This came out for pile 2, if you guys recalled. And we have the Three of Swords in reverse, and we have the Six of Swords in reverse. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So we have two kings here. And we have the Hangman in reverse, Pisces, and the Star in reverse, Aquarius. What's under this Knight of Swords? We have the Four of Cups in reverse, which came out for pile number 3 as well. Okay, let me tap into this energy and see what we have here. Just give me a second. Okay, beautiful angels. I do feel like, okay, this card talks about kind of watching our words or our reactions, you know? We could react and do things. And so it's like being tempered, having patience and being calm and staying strong under pressure without sort of snapping or reacting or being impulsive in some way here. So I'm not sure how this plays into this reading. So you might, I don't know, see it as sort of a trait. Maybe you've had to be, it's kind of giving me temperance energy. So Sagittarius energy, like a tempered energy in regards to this whole connection, because I do feel like there's something about someone's choices, and it could be somebody's choices in regards to how they've been living their life or their understanding of what they want to commit to somehow here has been holding them back or not allowing them to make decisions in this connection that are maybe balanced or healthy. Because I do feel like this energy here is giving me like my way or the highway type energy. Like I live my life the way I want and I do things for myself. And so this could be kind of a selfish type energy, which maybe has made you, you know, smoke come out of your ears and having to deal with this person. And it's like, how do I understand things logically here without letting it emotionally get to me that this person might be hurt or just stuck, and this person could be battling, you know, addictions or just choosing immediate things that make them feel okay in the moment because it's aligned with their lifestyle, but it's like not aligned with your values. And so I feel like there has been a lot of suffering in this connection or pain and almost feeling maybe stuck or tied to someone here that has not been able to commit or hasn't been showing up of the same value to this connection. And maybe you've been considering or really contemplating and looking at this. Now, some of you guys, this could be a same-sex situation. And some of you guys might feel as though you've had to be the one taking action potentially, or like, the bigger person or the one that makes more sense of the situation. And so this might have had to come with, again, a lot of patience and a lot of not letting things get to you. But I do feel like there is an energy here of laying the foundation towards something that is grounded and maybe having to overcome this period of dealing with someone who's been stuck in their mindset or a way of life of theirs that has been very narrow and not, it's been restricting, it's been limiting them. And it's like not as painful maybe as it maybe once was, or knowing that this person has to deal with that in order for them to be able to move forward. And it's like maybe you've lost hope or just aren't attached to the future you once thought you saw. And it's like, finally, maybe I can free myself from a situation that kept me stuck or in limbo or sort of paused where I was not capable of having any movement. Because I feel like with the King of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Three of Swords, there was a lot of stuck mental energy creating a lot of suffering and pain. and an inability to move forward. It's like, I got to confront that I'm unhappy. Emotionally, something is not fulfilling, or I was feeling rejected here by the other person who was sort of not committing, or just stuck in their way, or stuck with addictions, or being a little selfish. But some of you guys might connect on the twin flame label, because I am seeing the Four of Wands, which is my 1111. Okay, so I do feel this is quite a spiritual, deep connection in regards to having to come together and balance and union and deal with certain things in regards to our emotions, where maybe we might have had to deal with like unrequited love, or or fears of being rejected. And so your person maybe could be the one that was fearing being rejected, even if you were expressing to them how you felt. It might be somebody here who was just like combative, or just really fearing it getting serious in case they end up getting rejected. So I don't know if this is someone who just liked to be free, or somebody who was very stuck in their way and their patterns in their world, and sort of hanging on to you, and you feeling like, what's the best thing? How can I be patient, or how can I temper the situation and do the most logical thing here? Because I do feel like there's a lot of passion and a lot of pull, but there's a lot of things that maybe we didn't understand or couldn't see from the situation. And maybe, like the vision you once had, like I said, is no longer known. It's like, I no longer can see where this is going to go for sure. I'm only sort of seeing what's immediately in front of me in the right here, right now, and reacting to that, and trying to stay balanced and even keeled, because if I do see a future vision of what I want, then I'm sort of leaving myself up to get hurt. And I can't see that far ahead, or I can't see above the situation high enough to understand where it's going, because of this person's energy and them being stuck or slow, or just really creating a lot of suffering and pain. And that you see this person's in a lot of pain and suffering, or still needing to heal, or is slowly healing through some suffering of the devilly energy in their world, that maybe through their like how they were brought up. They were brought up in a way to give them some form of understanding that's created a lot of pain for this person, and you've been sort of witnessing this and trying to understand it. Yeah, it's almost like this person doesn't let you in their world too. Like maybe they just keep rejecting you or something like this. And it's like, how can we build trust and balance and groundwork here? Temperance in reverse. That's what I was feeling from the hippopotamus Sagittarius. Yeah, like things are imbalanced between the two of you guys when it comes to this person's energy and your energy. It's like two different pages, but it's like wanting to have some form of stability and groundwork here together. There's a lot of questions I have here regarding this connection, but if this resonated for you, if this sounds like your connection, we're going to spend time channeling what it is that the person you came here about is wanting to say to you, if they were to say anything at all. Okay, I'll be there directly channeling that person, because I don't want to spend too much time on this part. And I hope that that gave you guys enough indication of whether this is your reading or not. And I don't know who comes through on this end, okay? If this is you or your person, because I don't know if that other energy was you or your person. So let's see. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. I will be shuffling these cards on video. So if you want to go straight away to your channeled message, I'll put a timestamp below, okay? These are for those of you guys who like to see this process. There's a few decks we're going to go through. So clear and concise message for pile number 4. What is it that pile 4's person the person they came here about would want to say to pile 4 if they were to say anything at all to pile 4. Clear and concise message. Spirits, please help me to channel this message in a way that pile 4 will understand what it is that the person on their mind would want to say to them, how it is they're feeling, what it is they're thinking. Honest truth about pile 4's person at this time, Spirit. Thank you so much for this message. We are so blessed to be here. For pile number, did I say 4? Pile number 3. I don't know if I said pile 4. Pile number 3. I do feel there's more since that came out in a chunk. Pile number 3. Okay, wow. Pile number 3's person, what is it that they would want to say to pile 3 if they were to say anything at all? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. What is it that pile number 3's person would want to say to pile 3 if they were to say anything at all? Spirits, please help me to channel this message. What is it that pile 3's person would want to say to pile 3 at this time? And 2 more decks here. Person on pile 3's mind, what they would want to say to pile 3 if they could say anything at all, to be completely honest. Wow. Take the one that's on the bottom, and I do feel since there was a whole bunch, there will be more. What is it that pile 3's person wants to communicate? Okay, and finally this deck here. Big pile for you guys, pile 3. What is it that pile number 3's person wants to communicate at this time? Okay, let's get these out of our way as best we can. There. Do not fall. Okie dokie. Feel curly cards. So we have neutral event 45, ego level, break, step back, time out, silence, pause, reflection, interruption. Type 9, the peacemaker, instinctive center between forgetting and asserting oneself with the solar plexus. 91, relational quality, growth level, acceptance of the other, open-mindedness, that would be the opposite of that reverse hangman, non-judgment, flexibility, sweetness, good for the other, mistakes is acceptance, so acceptance for one's mistakes, okay, and other people's mistakes. Look how beautiful that looks, like Monet, looks like a Monet painting, maybe it is, I don't know, it's beautiful. Some of you guys might be painters here if that's resonating, because both of these look like paintings. Okay, so it says type 1, the perfectionist instinctive center between control and letting go. Okay, and then we have running from love. And we have loneliness. And we have independence. So I was definitely getting that from the reverse Hierophant energy and the devil and the King of Wands. Like a hyper-independent, my way, highway type energy here. Okay, control. Surprised we didn't see the Emperor in reverse or anything like this. There is no one else thinking about you all day. So this guy is sort of in his mind. Why can't I tell you the truth? And you're probably asking the same thing. I sabotage this connection and regret it. And I hate this distance between us. It doesn't feel good. Number 16 here, I don't know if I mentioned it. Okay, so 16 is the Chariot energy, and it's also Tower energy here, okay? We have, I'm secretly obsessed with you. I think it's a secret because this person hasn't been able to tell you the truth. No matter who I am with, my thoughts always lead me back to you. And so I feel like this is in their day in, day out, because they're saying here there's no one else. So it doesn't matter what this person's doing, they're drawn back to you. I remember how we used to laugh and talk for hours about everything. Miss you. So some soul recognition here. If you guys are apart, this person definitely misses you. No other compares to you. And I can't express myself, which we got here. Why I can't tell you the truth. I want to be different. And I need to figure myself out. And these feelings are eating me alive. Yikes. And the way I have treated you was wrong. I can't come to you now. And I just heard until I'm honest with myself. I never want to see you again. You hurt me. I think this might be how you're feeling in regards to this person's rejection. The universe is fighting for our souls to be together. I hide behind material things. I have lost, have I lost everything? Question mark. And the number 9. You are so beautiful. Why do you need me? Another 9. Listen to your heart. Wrongful advice. Ace of Cups. 3. Your family won't like me. I feel you leaving me behind. Let's put those elsewhere here. Okay. 64. Relationship trap, stress level control coming through twice. Intransigence. I don't know how to even say that. Intransigence. Intransigence. I guess it's a form of control. Surveillance. Critical judgment. Have a grip. Authoritarianism. Type 1, the perfectionist instinctive center between control and letting go. I've never heard of that word in my life. Number 1. I'm right here by this one. Will you help me? Wrongful advice. Help me help you. I want to hold you in my arms. Okay, and we have determination. Okay, and we have, I can't stop thinking about you. Okay, wowzers. So can you guys see all these cards here? Yeah, let me channel this directly and get into it, okay? Just give me a sec. You guys can skip ahead. Okay, beautiful angels. Wow, it's a strong messaging coming through here, okay? I'm going to get some signs out of the way just to give you confirmation of who this could be, and then we'll preface the reading before I do the direct channel message. So that you could be dealing with, or your energy. We have Virgo, Cancer, Aquarius, Gemini, and Taurus, Libra. Okay, some Leo as well, plus whatever I said at the tarot. So what's going on? I'll give sort of a breakdown here, and then we'll get into the direct channel message. So this person has been avoiding this connection, okay? And not because they don't like you. In fact, they have very, 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 very strong feelings towards you, and they don't like it. Because I feel this person is very used to being in control of themselves, especially their feelings. And when their feelings sort of take hold, it makes them feel very uncomfortable. Because I feel this person is the type of person that's used to sort of getting their way, doing what they want, my way or the highway. And also I feel like this person's hyper independent and not wanting to want anyone or be in connection here because they've been able to make it so far this way. There's a lot about this person sort of creating their own world, and liking it that way because it gives them control. It's like I feel free and independent. And then this connection happened, I feel, and they experienced you, even if it's for a brief moment, a ham sandwich, or maybe it's been for a period of time. But either which way, this person's realized that their way or the highway has left them feeling very lonely and that they've been running away, from connection. Specifically, their realization is they're running from you. But up until that point, they thought that they were in control and in charge of their world and that they're not running. They're choosing to live their life independently and not to be in connection. And that was working for them just fine. And now it's like, wow, now I'm running from you. Like someone in this energy that feels a little bit like ego with this solar plexus energy, and it's very bright here, okay, could be appearing and engaging like very confident. And this is how they sort of cope, is like, I'm confident in my ability to create my world. Okay, because I'm getting heavy magician energy also from all these ones. It's like an energy of I manifest what I want here and I control what I want and I'm able and capable to do what I want, but it's very much in the pentacle realm because the magician is all about what we manifest in the 3D. And it's almost at the expense of our feelings because I feel this person would avoid, like engaging in emotions and feeling deep. And maybe they haven't had any connection that's pushed them outside of their comfort zone to do this. And I feel like this person has either ran from you for some time, has taken time apart from you, has sat there pushing this connection away. So they ran. I feel like this is a pattern before you for sure, but they've ran in the past and I feel like they've taken a break from you. And I feel like this person, this wrong advice could certainly be coming from their experience. It's like I told myself that I need to be independent. And I've also told myself that the best way to be happy is to gain control and to do this. And I have an understanding of what that looks like. But that's wrongful advice because it was against my heart. And now I feel lonely. And so if you don't want to see this person no more, or the fear that this person might be projecting, that there'll come a point where you just don't even want to engage with this person because of the fact that this person hasn't been able to be upfront and honest and deal with things. I feel like they're very much in the matrix world about control and making the world exactly what they like. And so this hiding behind material things, it's like what I say goes and what I'm dealing with in the moment is what matters, even though, there's this deep layer of emotional love and passion and desire and feelings, but it's like that doesn't exist. Only what I could see, touch, and feel exists kind of energy. And it's like this person was just really closed off to seeing it in any other way. It's like my way or the highway. This is right for me. Because if I start to open the door a little bit to it being different, then I've given my power away, but I feel like there's a need to accept another in this person's world, like how to compromise, how to engage with other, how to be flexible enough in their world to be happy, because it's either loneliness and being right or experiencing love and abundance and allowing themselves to give up some form of control here. This person feels like after everything they've kind of been doing to you or engaged with, it's like, why would you want to be with someone like them anyway? But they see you as someone here who is absolutely beautiful. But I feel with all the nines too, and this break, there's another 9. It's like hermit energy, like this connection's really made this person reflect about why they need to be independent or why they need so much control or what it is that they're manifesting and what they want and are they happy. They really have been going with it. Okay, this connection's making them really look at this. So 99 is a master number. It's change, be the change you wish to see, helping humanity to release what no longer works. And so on a collective level, yes, humanity, but also what no longer works in this person's world is that of I am in control and independent when I'm just on my own, unhappy here. Okay, and they're working with this, it says judgment, and this is non-judgment. It's like they have this judgment of themselves and how they have to be because of a past experience of maybe having to be single for whatever reason. It's like, oh, I always had an idea of people who were in relationships were this, that, and the other, or that listening to your heart was weak or something like this, but they had a judgment of this. They were very critical of who the version of them that they feel that they might need to be in order to be in this relationship. It's like they have an idea of that person and that person isn't them, or some sort of judgment about that person is weak, or a relationship person, and that's not me, you know? So yeah, and it's like now wanting to get there somehow, but not knowing exactly how to get there. So let me just tap into this energy so I can channel. You've made me really sit back and look at myself and understand that at a point of what I thought was actually strength and what I thought was actually making me happy and what I was choosing, and it was right and it was empowering and I was confident about it. Now I'm second guessing that that's even right. I want to change, but I've realized I've been like this for so long that it's become who I am. And now I've developed this fear of opening up, that I need control. And if anything sort of looks like it's going to take away my control, I start to feel threatened. I'm so used to sort of being on my own, doing my own thing and creating my own world and being okay with that and being happy with that. But it's like what you don't know, you don't know. And now I know what it's like to have my heart touched. And now I know that I was actually experiencing a lot of loneliness on my own. That I was really just avoiding connection, avoiding letting people in. And I didn't know how sad that really is, how lonely that could be. And now I see your beauty as someone here who really speaks to my heart. And I feel like only you could really help me to see this and overcome this and change. But change happens slowly. And I feel like my real challenge is letting go of the control that I have to who I am. And so the more I pull away, the more I have pulled away, the more I've been thinking about who I am and what I want. And it's like, no matter what, I can't come forward and just express to you and tell you, I feel this way about you, a lot of love. I'm thinking about you constantly. I want you in my world. But I know if I express myself and say this, then it's like, what am I willing to do about it? I can't be cowardly and just say, well, nothing, because I'm too fearful of letting go of this control. I'm too cowardly and that I was really running from you. I could see that now. That what I thought was power and control was really me just avoiding and running. I need to figure out how to be okay with letting someone in my world, being flexible, being sweet to you, and not making so much judgment about a version of me that I would sort of make fun of, a version of me that I would say would never be me. Somebody who would give up my independence in some way to be in a connection or listen to my emotions. It just seemed very weak, and that I'd always have control in some way, and that I wouldn't give into that in some way. That was just a story I would tell myself that would play and keep me strong and protect myself. And it seems though with you, there's a constant feeling that I carry. You're popping up in my mind constantly. And when I think of you, I think of how I treated you and how this has to be wrong. That this isn't helpful. This isn't bringing us together. This isn't leading you to me. This isn't bringing us close. And what I want at the end of the day is to be with you and hold you and feel you. But I feel like I've developed this, and I don't know necessarily if people in your world are going to accept me in this way or see me how I truly am in this fashion that I've developed myself and accept me. And so it scares me, that you'll get too far ahead and leave me behind here because I'm taking too long to trust you, to trust this connection, to trust myself, to let go, to not be trying to dictate how this goes and keep you there at the same time, because I feel like I don't want to let you go. And I feel like no matter what I did to try to distract myself or who I'd hang out with or be with in the moment, it's like you kept coming in my mind, forcing me to look at this and deal with this. And I feel like there's been no connection that I can compare this to, because I don't feel like any other connection has made me have to face this. I feel like there is nobody that I've engaged with here that compares to how you make me feel. You soften me up. You make me reflect on my values and what I've just taken as who I am and what I need to do. And I feel like there's something very divine here about this intervention, this connection with you. Like the universe is conspiring here to bring us close together and have us work through this. I feel it because I know when I look at myself previous to you and how I've lived my life, I've been empty and lonely. And even though I might have felt like I was confident and empowered, I was really just lonely and avoiding connecting to my love inside, my emotions, and having a new beginning for myself. It's like a record on repeat, your thoughts and what I could do to make us better, what I could do to progress this, what's in my ability to do. And so now I want to take the control from controlling my avoidance and my independence and my inability to be flexible and my judgments to one of controlling my ability to be flexible and not judge and be open-minded to this. And I'm determined to have the control to see this through, to work through what we can, to make sure we have a new beginning that you deserve and that I was just avoiding. And I feel like somewhere inside, I feel I definitely deserve to be happy. But after all this, it's like, do I deserve it with you? I've treated you in a way here that was wrong. This whole time you've been someone here who is deserving of love and truth and honesty. And it's like, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't come forward. I just wanted to be a different person for you. I wanted to have the answers. I wanted to figure it out and be able to do it. And it just took so much time and energy and effort. And I don't know, it's like I lost your trust potentially, it's like you see me in this way now and I don't want to be that person. I feel like when I try to come forward to talk to you, it's like it won't come out, or it doesn't come out the way that I feel. It's more the logical mind that comes through and expresses that which has nothing to do with my feelings. I feel like when I see what's happened between you and I, it's like I've sabotaged what could have been, and at a risk of maybe never even seeing you again. And that hurts me, thinking about not being connected to you and losing you forever, and you being gone and leaving me behind and not wanting to talk to me or see me or give me a chance. And maybe everyone in your world just hating me for what I've done. And I couldn't live with myself in that way. And I just feel like when I think about when we connected, how it was just so comfortable, it felt so much at ease. We could talk and laugh and enjoy each other's company and just let loose. And I don't know why that made me run and fear what could be. It seemed too perfect. It seemed to touch me in a place that I just couldn't allow. It's too intense. And so sometimes I wonder, did I just hurt you so much that you never want to see me again and I've lost you forever? Or a part of you that I can't get back ever again because I've sabotaged it too many times or just took too long. It's like I don't like to be so distant from you emotionally because of something that I've said and something I haven't said or done. It's like I want to be open to you. I want to be open for us. I want to accept you, and I want for there to be forgiveness for all the things that I did that definitely seem in hindsight like mistakes, But I want you to forgive it too. But at the same time, I don't know if you can, because it was flat out sabotage and it must have been very hurtful. And so I hope that maybe you have time to reflect, that maybe if we had a break, you can really think about what I've done here in a way that was more about my hurting pain than it was about you and how I felt about you, because this was not a reflection about you and how I felt. But I don't know how to express this to you or explain this to you. And so if I'm not coming out to say it, this is why, is like, I can't come to you and just say that, you know? It's like, who am I to tell you to forgive my mistakes? Or who am I to tell you now, I'm ready now, you know, after all this time I've burnt, or after all of this that I've hurt you? Or who am I to do this to you? But at the same time, it's like, I'm determined to make change. I'm determined that we come together. I'm determined that we can make things right here. And instead of resisting the universe and running, I'm willing to work with whatever the universe puts in front of me in order for us to come together without resisting, because I feel a lot of love for you inside, and I know what feels right, and I know what feels sort of like me fighting and resisting and avoiding. And I think one just felt comfortable and safe, you know, and that's what I was used to. And now having to really consider approaching this from a different way and being very conscious of this and allowing myself to do this is what I want to choose to do, so I can accept you and accept this connection in a way that I haven't in the past. All right, pile number 3. Wow, it sounds to me like your person is coming out of this running avoidance energy because they're seeing the light, according to them, and this reading, if you resonate. Okay, so if you guys are drawn to another pile, I will see you there. And if not, thank you so much. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 4. You guys picked the hedgehog card here. And we're going to get into the person on your mind, the person you came here about, and what it is that this person would say to you if they were to say anything at all. Okay, and I will be channeling them directly. But before we get into your person's message to you and what they would say to you, we're going to do an energy check to make sure you've tapped into the right pile. So, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4, Spirit. Please help me to channel this message in a way that pile 4 will understand. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, pile number 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here. Is it that pile 4 would communicate to me about this connection, so that pile 4 knows that this is indeed their pile. For pile 4, Spirits, what's going on in this connection? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. We have the Ace of Cups showing itself. For this connection, Spirit, how would pile 4 know that this is their pile? What's going on right here, right now in this connection between pile 4 and the person they came here about? Thank you so much, pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here in your reading. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. And we have the Lovers. Oh my goodness, 2 major arcana. So we have Gemini, Taurus, Libra. Ace of Cups in the middle here. And we have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So heavy Taurus. And we have the 7 of Cups. And we have the Chariot, Cancer energy. And we have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So heavy Cancer energy. And we have the Queen of Wands, oh my goodness, in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. What's under the Lovers is the Moon, more Cancer. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay, beautiful angels. There's a lot of queens and kings, and sometimes they could represent multiple aspects of our personality, but generally they're people. Are we having a tea party? Pile number 4. Seems to be 2 couples here. 2 kings, 2 queens. Okay, plus an Empress. Or the Lovers. Lovers could talk about having a choice between two, and in this depiction, we see two females. So let me see how I could channel this in different ways, okay? But I'm going to do the third party type thing because I do feel like you could be in a connection and this person can be in a connection is the most strong energy that comes through here, okay? And if you're not, well, I feel like someone is for sure, okay, in that scenario, because I do feel like the energy that I'm really tapping into is somebody here who wants to move forward and is sort of sorting through their thoughts and not sure how to have a new beginning and proceed in line with their emotions, because there might have been a lot of fears and maybe definitely fantasy elements coming through, but it's like fantasy because there's like a wish of some future vision potentially that could make this person happier, a better connection that's more in line with their emotions. And it's like, I want a new beginning. I want to go after it. I have to know how to execute and succeed and move forward in a balanced way without doing something here that might, make things sort of fall apart. And I have to be realistic. But I feel like this person wants a new beginning. And I do feel like your energy is coming through as someone who might have felt like the other women are not valued or not seen or not appreciated. And maybe you had to remove yourself from the situation. It's like, I don't want to be in a third party, or just you're not in a position to give to this person because they're in another situation, And this person doesn't want to lose you in your love, because I do feel like this person might be in a situation where their emotional needs aren't being met. And maybe they're in that situation because they're already established or committed, is how it comes through. And so they want to have success. They want to move forward. They want to have a new beginning. They want to come towards you. They have done something here that maybe has made you remove yourself, or they see you as someone who could potentially be lost to them. And they see you as someone very desirable, someone very compassionate, loving, intelligent, beautiful, attractive, fiery, and very much a caring, loving energy. And that the decision is theirs, that the choice is theirs in their hands, which path they want to go through. And they're going to have to get clear, and they're going to have to push through their fears and make decisions and choose things, even if it means maybe doing something and finding out, like, will this be right? I don't know. I got to do it and find out. Otherwise, I will lose out on pile number 4. And so I feel like pile number 4 is someone that they don't want to lose out on. And they do feel like maybe they've been committed to, like the mother of their child, or maybe they've been in a situation where, again, it's been just about the pentacle and not about love, giving and receiving love. And it's like, I could birth something emotionally with pile 4, but I have to be wise about my moves and confident enough in the decisions that I make in order for there to be progress if I want to succeed and how I want to move forward ahead from my situation. And I feel like this person wants to take balanced action. I feel like this person won't take action unless they kind of feel like it's going to be successful in some way, but there's some risk here, I feel, in making decisions and then finding out and then having to navigate through that and being confident and balanced enough to do this and in a position to do this, because I feel like this person doesn't want to lose some form of stability or some form of security potentially that's already established if they were to move forward with a new beginning here, or at least this is how you understand this person. Okay. And so this hedgehog talks about, we've been hurt in the past, and it's like learning about boundaries, and maybe like sometimes letting our own fears get in the way, but also like what's healthy boundaries, learning to say no. But at the same time, are we just like so hurt that we're just saying no and shutting people out here rather than seeing situations, for how they are? And so I feel like this might be sort of some form of guidance coming in for you, because we're not really giving guidance in this reading, but I feel like maybe if this person has hurt you, because I do feel like there was a reason why maybe we're having to pull away or feel not seen and understood. And so we're valid in that, And so what do boundaries look like? Boundaries don't look like blocking, resisting, and completely shutting someone out if we're hurt. Because I feel like having to deal with our hurts and having to be honest and having to work through some of this openly without maybe feeling, victim or falling back into ways here with someone who maybe wasn't being completely upfront or honest. But I do feel like when I say honest, is like maybe this person like made you buy the dream, because I feel this person had the dream and still has the dream, like the fantasy, the dream of what it can be. And I don't know, there's something very dreamy about what could be, emotionally fulfilling in some way, but it would require big moves and big steps here. And if you're in a third party situation, it's like, you're in a situation that might be already established with someone here who might be someone you rely on, financially or just something like this. And it's like, how can I have a new beginning that's more in line with my emotions and love? And is it just a fantasy? And am I going to risk my stability here for something that I don't know that it could give birth? Like, is this a path that is different than the one that I'm on? And is it abundant? Is it going to be fruitful? Is it something that's going to give me love that I could create more down this path? Or is this something that I'm going to, I don't know, like go down and sacrifice myself in some way and leave my established world and then be disappointed or not seen or understood? And then, feel like I've given up some part of me in some way. Some of you guys might feel very emotional, maybe emotionally used, or like don't want to put yourself out there. It's like, I don't want to emotionally put myself out there to be hurt because this person pulls at your emotions. I feel like there's a strong energy of Spirit coming through with guidance for you, and only take it if it resonates for you, okay? But I feel like you might say it doesn't resonate, and I feel like this is still a very strong message of guidance. It's like we're on a one-track mind of how we're seeing a situation. And so if you're resonating with the energy that this person hurt me and they already made their choice and they didn't choose me and I wasn't seen and appreciated and I was the other woman and I was, and this is your person that you're resonating with coming through, then Spirit is saying, no, there's more. There's gray here. Yes, proof is in the pudding. Yes, maybe they did make choices that weren't in line, but it's like sometimes we have to make choices to find out what's right. And sometimes we are having to work through things ourselves that has nothing to do with someone else. And so when we're in this mindset, we're really self-absorbed with our own emotions that we're not seeing beyond ourselves. Okay. And I'm not saying this person didn't hurt you, and I'm not saying that they had their choice and that they, shit the bed or chose wrong. They might have done all that. Yes. But there's so many sort of, areas that we can explore within that to unpack that isn't as black and white as saying this person did you dirty and that's it. No, this person is doing themselves dirty because of the fact that they might have been more aligned with the material or sacrificing their own emotional happiness. And you could say, well, they're the ones who chose it. Yes, but at the same time, it's like we have to cut through confusion and we have to make decisions and we have to have balance and understanding and integrate shadows and fears. And so fears are really loud and we weren't seeing clearly. And so we were being dictated by like the fears, looking out the window, thinking we see like werewolves, but really there's just a bush, But we can't lie and say, well, I didn't think I saw a werewolf. I really thought I saw a werewolf out the window. And so I made a decision based on me thinking there was a werewolf. Okay, that's just an analogy here. It's not calling you a werewolf, but it's like maybe thinking the worst in if they were to move forward or let go or do something. And so there was a need to integrate fear, shadow, things that were maybe in this person's world that kept making wrong decisions or kept them choosing poorly or kept them playing small or kept them in the path that was stagnant rather than the path that was their dharma or their path that would be able to birth something with you. Because I do feel like this person was needing to see something also differently, but I feel like now Spirit's talking about you and your energy having to break out of some mindset that might be feeling hurt and not seen and rejected and like this sort of thing. And it's like, how do I have healthy boundaries here? Okay. So if this sort of sounds like your connection and resonates for you, then we're going to take a look at what it is that this person would want to say to you if they were to say anything at all. Clear and concise message. I will put, let's start with these. I will put a timestamp for those of you guys who want to go straight there. For those of you guys who like to see this process, we're going to pull the cards together. Okay, what it is that pile number 4's person would like to say to pile number 4 if they were to say anything at all. So one more, spirits. There is one more here. What would pile number 4's person on their mind wants to say to pile 4 if they were being completely honest about how they feel, what they're thinking, what they want to communicate right here, right now, to pile 4 spirits? Please help me to channel this in a way pile 4 will understand. We have love bombing. So this could definitely be why we were feeling a need to boundary. It's like, do I want to let this person in? And when they're doing the 7 cups thing, it's like this fantasy of what can be. And then there's just a whole bunch of fantasy, but nothing established, nothing concrete. We might have got very disappointed. What is it that pile number 4 needs to hear in regards to what it is their person that came here about wants to say to them if they were to say anything at all? Thank you, Spirit, for this message. Okay, I'll pull these. Pile number 4's person on their mind. What are they wanting to communicate at this time to pile number 4? Take the one that revealed itself. I wish we could be together, but it's complicated. Definitely sounded complicated. Some of these. Pile number 4's person. What do they want to communicate to pile 4? Okay, and let's get those out of the way. 2 more decks. What is it that pile number 4's person wants to communicate to pile 4? Okay, and finally, this deck right here. How is it that pile 4's person is feeling? What would they want to say if they were being completely honest to pile 4 about their feelings and thoughts at this time? One more. Okay. Wow. Wow. So love bombing and wish we could be together, but it's complicated. All right. Misunderstanding. Yeah, right by the love bombing. And I feel like this is what's creating your defensiveness. Okay, and I'm calling it defensiveness. If you see it or not, maybe you're just calling it protecting yourself. Let's see. Comfort. 3 Pentacles. Consciousness. Okay. So I'm getting chariot energy from this consciousness because that would be integration of shadow. So we got to be aware of our shadow in order to integrate it, which means we got to be conscious. We got to be aware. We got to be awakened to the fact that we have shadow, triggers, traumas. Okay. Growth. Beautiful. Shadow work, I just heard. So good. Okay. So now what? Let's keep going. We see, don't wait for me, please. And I want to be different. And my life is a mess right now. These little ones so we could fill the gaps. Actually, sorry, these ones. It says, you light up my world. Okay. We have 7, I worry about us a lot. And 15, I'm obsessed with your body. Okay. And we have 15, sex. Lots of devil energy coming through. 1515 might be an angel number here. 8, I miss you. Do you? Be more selfish. 6, sex with you. Oh my goodness. Sexy time. I'm addicted to you guys. Oh my gosh. This person. I just heard something that I will not repeat. Yes. Okay. And then I want a fresh start with you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Crazy, 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 crazy. Okay. I fear you will never forgive me. I never expected to fall in love with you so quickly. I hope our paths will cross again in the future. I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. I want to be different. Okay. I am the man. There's that ego coming through. And we have, you are so different from everyone around me. These feelings are eating me alive. I have a feeling there's a lot of guilt here. I never expected to fall in love. Again, I never expected to fall in love with you so quickly. I never expected to fall in love. And I feel so guilty about my actions and what I said to you. My goodness, there's a theme here. I feel lonely. And I just heard, well, you made your bed, now you lie in it. I replay our conversations over and over. Let's put that right there because I'm running out of space. It says karmic connection, moving from the patterns. It's a lot of this devilly energy. Drugs and alcohol, more devilly energy. He could just be talking about the addiction of this connection. Our connection is complicated. There are issues out of our control. So we were getting a lot of this complicated energy that was really pulling through with the misunderstanding. And I wish we could be together, but it's complicated. Gaslighting. Oh my goodness. I don't know how much room we're going to have here. Actually, you guys, I'm just going to slide this over so we could see. Of course, pile 4 fills up the whole table because this person has some splaining to do, I have a feeling. Okay, gaslighting, and then I can't read this word. Okay, Chikari. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to say it. We have 69, which is also more sex with you. Very sexual, this energy. Okay, 41 is 5. Wow. Okay, and then we have 104. 5, selfless love, healthy love, feeling the love, share love of sharing, intimate love, loving deeply, embodied love, committed love. Type 5, the observer, thinking center between interior and exterior. Lots of blue here. And finally, we have finding out the truth crushed me. I love you. And I lost myself for a little while. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is intense. So I'm going to get this Chikari because I got to see what this is so that I can channel properly. Now, I won't read the whole thing because the messages are long, but we just need the highlights. Okay, so it says, if you have drawn the sigil, the extremely positive attitude or behavior you are showing towards something suggests you feel you lack or fear. Sorry, my goodness. If you have drawn the sigil, the extremely positive attitude or behavior you are showing towards something suggests you feel you lack or fear you lack a trait you deeply desire. When you fear you lack something, instead of becoming aware that you feel that you lack within yourself, and instead of overcompensating in other areas, you overdo it in that area of deficiency. For example, you may be socially anxious, but you overcompensate by acting overly socially confident. Or if a person fears that deep down they are prejudiced and therefore lack perceived goodness of character, they will often go to extreme lengths to prove their generosity and positive attitude. Okay, so it says, if you have drawn the sigil, what are you assuming? What are you accepting as truth, even though it is simply an assumption? You are being called to ask and understand rather than assume. You're being called to imagine that every person in your life and every situation is a fresh and new experience. Fresh, the word fresh is coming up twice. Okay? Fresh, 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 meaning it is not stale, it's not stagnant. So things aren't the same here. So I am going to tap into this energy. Okay? And then we will channel. You can go click ahead if you want to get to the channeled message. Okay. Pile number 4. This is intense. Very, very, very intense. I'm going to get some signs here, okay? We have a bit of them because there is a lot of collective tapped into this. We have a lot of devil energy, which is Capricorn energy, okay? And also Gemini. And we have some Leo. And we have some Cancer. We have some Virgo. And we have some Taurus and some Sagittarius. And that is, sorry, hang on. Yeah, that's all I'm feeling right now, okay? For now. So I'm going to preface this reading before I start to do the direct channeled message. This energy is coming through also with a little bit of guidance here for you as well, because I feel like what you experienced with this person was not good. That's true. I think that this person acted in a way here where you might have felt really used, you know, because this person might have really been sexually towards you. And even if it wasn't physical so much as what you felt like it was using you for some sort of sexual fulfillment, you know, we could feel that way even if we're not intimately having sex with someone. Okay, that's for someone. Anyway, 1515 might be an angel number. And if you guys leave that in the comments, I'll love you forever, because I always ask for you guys to do this, okay? Because we get to see what angel numbers mean. And I feel like 1515 is coming through very strong here. Okay, there's a lot of devilly energy. Patterns, karmic patterns to move past. Drugs and alcohol, 15, 15, 15. And I feel like this could really, really talk about karmic lessons that we're having to overcome, but the intensity here for the passion, because I feel like this person is really, really passionately pulled towards you. And there was a karmic lesson here in overcoming this thing in order for there to be an understanding of what love is. And I feel like reading this card, this Chikarari, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but anyway, the Chikarari card is about how this person would compensate this challenge of theirs. Okay, they came to this world with this challenge. This is nothing to do with what you did or didn't do, or how this person feels about you or doesn't feel about you. This person was challenged with something they were needing to heal and overcome, which was selfless love, being able to love another and put themselves out there without it being something that they did in a way here that totally contradicted the feeling of love and security and safety. It's like what they did was maybe put it all on this sexual energy, you know, I'm confident and I'm just going to make you feel used, that I'm the man and I get what I want, or that I'm going to do this thing and then show no remorse in some way here is kind of what I feel. And so I feel like this person might have done this more times to you with this love bombing, and it's like really, really, really betrayed your trust, you know. But I still feel, even despite all of this, you know, even despite all of this, there's a misunderstanding here, because when we really see someone suffering, okay, we have to rise above ourselves, our hurts, our pains, and what someone does in the 3D world to see beyond why they're doing what they're doing. Doesn't make it right, doesn't excuse it, doesn't say that it's okay. What it says is that we are a part of everyone's story that comes into contact with us, just like they're a part of our growth. And there was a need for there to be some form of growth and healing here. Okay, for there to be an awareness of what is not working in our energy field, because our spiritual light is all about ascension and growth and integration of shadow. And we can only do it when we're conscious of our behaviors. And sometimes it takes fucking up royally. And I feel like this person did something here that fucked things up royally. Their trust, you know, like you can't trust this person. That this person had opportunity upon opportunity maybe to make things right, and instead of doing it, they made it worse, like with the gaslighting here. Okay, but I feel like what Spirit's really saying is a lot of this understanding you have, because if you resonate with all that, then what Spirit wants you to know specifically is that the intensity of how you're seeing it through the lens of your hurts is actually more intense than what is actually called for. So you're more hurt here, okay? And I can't say you could be more hurt, less hurt. You get to be as hurt as you want to be as hurt. And you could be hurt forever, or you could let go of hurts, or you could see through some veil and beyond self and pain in order to accept realities and truth. And I feel like a part of this reality and this truth is that this person was really, really, really suffering and really, really, really hurt. And you could say, I don't care because they did this to me. And it's like, okay, well, this is giving you an answer as to why they did what they did. Because I feel like this person is now sort of sitting in the karma. This person is seeing with this consciousness and through a feeling of what they did here, feeling really, really, really bad and wanting to be different and knowing that they're completely messed things up with you is karma enough here. Okay, I feel like this person still sexually, passionately pulled towards you. And I feel like this person misses your energy here. And I don't feel at this time this person's deserving of you back in their world so much as it is a need for this person to really understand what they did to you and sort through this, because the big lesson here was, again, learning how to love intimately in a way here that wasn't physical and wasn't all of this devilly energy, to be committed to showing up in a way that was healthy. And I feel like this person betrayed you. And so this finding out the truth crushed me, because I think when you initially got with this person, I think they gave you one understanding of who this person was. You know, if you knew that they were going to be a love bomb or a player or using you or just sexually sort of pull to you and sort of grasping at your energy, I think you would have never engaged. And so finding out that this person was in that energy, I think was devastating. But I also feel like this person understands in some capacity that this isn't them, that there's something deeper here that you guys experience. And I know that you felt it, because I do feel like this person has a lot of love for you underneath that, whether you say, well, someone who loves someone wouldn't treat someone like this. And I would agree. But someone who is hurt like this and feels love underneath it would do something like this, because they're sabotaging and they're still in their false self, or this version of themselves that's defensive and hurt. And so they're needing to resolve through this. And sometimes when we resolve things, we must be in conjunction with another so that we can see and bounce things off and someone hold a mirror. Because I feel like this person, you know, can only do so much on their own to see, and that they were needing another energy to straighten them out in some way. And I feel like this person feels like you'll never forgive them for what they did. And that this person feels like whatever they experienced with you was very different, because there's something that you provided to this person that, you know, made them conscious of this, that no one else kind of could. This ego self, this shadow self, this part of them that runs really deep within their psyche. Because I feel like what's complicated here is that this person was just sort of doing the motions and didn't realize how much pain was really stored underneath themselves in some capacity here, that wasn't allowing this person to, like just be open to love and give love without it being this coat of like, egoic passion. And that's all it sort of became, like this selfish desire to have sex with you or to like physically share with you. And then what? But I feel like under that bravado, there is a lot of them thinking about how you see them and what they've done here. And I do feel like this person does want to have another chance here, but it's like, I totally screwed up. Like, there's no way you'd ever forgive me, you know? And so this drugs and alcohol, I just feel, is really talking about this addictive behavior. And some of them definitely could have been with drugs and alcohol, but I feel like even sex could be like a vice here, or like the way we utilize relationship in a way here that sort of is an addictive way, or some pattern that isn't healthy at all. And now their guilt is sort of eating them alive here, because what they did was not good. And it's like, you deserved someone who would have treated you better. So now that we get this all out of the way, I'm going to channel this message, okay? Directly from your person here. I'm so ashamed to even face you and to come clean with everything. And I just want to say bless you for connecting to a part of me that I couldn't see within myself. You saw that within me. And had you not seen that part of me, I don't think I'd ever see it. the only part of myself that I saw was the unhealthy part of how I'd engage on the surface here. I'm not worthy of something deep, something committed, something that is coming from a selfless, deep place of love and compassion, authenticity. All that was there is this bravado and this ego and this show that I'd put on, you know? And even though I knew I was in that world in a way, it was like an action I was doing unconsciously in some capacity because it became the coat that I wore and the patterns that I do and the habits that I engage with. And instead of it just becoming sort of part of my norm and my experience and moving on, it's like, oh, what happened between you and us, or you and I, really opened my eyes to the version of me that I'm so ashamed of. I don't want to be like this, you know, and I had many opportunity here to make things right. And I feel like I let you down. I feel like at the most vulnerable times when you trusted me to finally treat you right or come correctly or say things in a way that would earn the trust, I would earn your trust only to let you down again. And I can never forgive myself for that. I feel like I treated you in a way here that was only thinking of myself and what I wanted in the moment. And I just feel like all of this karma, all of this stuff that I did has made everything a big mess right now. My whole life is upside down in a way here because of my doing. I see this, you know, and I think the more messed up I am, the more intense I feel about having to make things right with you, because I feel like I can't leave things the way they ended up. But how do I come forward knowing that every single time you gave me a chance and every single time I came forward, you trusted me, it's like I let you down. And so you don't know how badly I want a new fresh start with you from this new understanding that I have, from this growth, from this perspective that's changed me. You know, I can't say that I'm completely different, but I can say that I do see what I've done here, and I do see the pain I've caused you, and I do see that there was a part of myself that was doing this to protect myself. It's like I keep thinking about what I did, and I can't move on from that. It's constantly on my mind. It's like spirits coming through to make me deal with that pain that I've created for you, and this version of me that's just so ugly and far from who I am. I really truly feel you'll never want to see me or talk to me, or we can't ever connect again because of the way that I've completely let you down. I let us down. I thought before we even had got together that, you know, if I had to be honest, that this would just be the same thing I've always experienced in my world, and I'd move on. And little did I know was that I was madly in love with you right from the start, and it created more fear, and it created this persona, this bravado, this need to prove something to myself, and it got worse and worse. It got so bad that it just totally demolished us. I feel like my guilt is eating me up alive. I feel like part of me sees these unhealthy ways of being, and I was just doing the actions of this, and I couldn't get in front of it. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't do anything different. Now I feel just alone and empty, and like I did it to myself. It's shallow here where I am. I want you to know that what we experienced was real for me, even if I didn't express it in a way or show it, or even though what amounted to our engagement here was a bunch of mistrust and disrespect and opposite of committed, true, deep love, of sharing and intimate love. It ended up being something here that it was the opposite. I can't forgive me. You deserve better than this, and I knew you did. I knew right from the start you deserved better than me, you know? It's like a part of me knew I needed healing here. And you were so open to give to me, to share with me, to grow with me. And I feel so guilty that I led you down a path of believing a version of me that you believed, and then just let it all fall down. I really wish that I was a different person and that I was able to step up and be honorable. And I do hope that in the future we can connect and start over. But I have little doubt that that's the case. I worry a lot that that won't be the case, that you're completely not ever wanting to see me again. And I don't blame you. And I feel like even the last times we were together is like I nailed the nail in the coffin, you know? I see that. And I'd rather put it on you than carry it. It's like I wanted to be free of pain. I didn't want to carry any guilt. I wanted it to sort of be you saying you had decisions and choices that you made. And so I was kind of free of guilt, you know? But I know that's not true. But it made me feel better because it made me feel like you had decisions to make too and you didn't have to engage and all of that. But to be honest, I led you down a garden path here. I made you feel comfortable. I earned your trust only to betray you. I felt like I was really just thinking of myself, what I wanted, and I was really, really pulled to you. And that was true. I really was pulled to you. There was no lie about it. I feel like something was really drawing me to your energy. It was out of this world. And I feel like it was much needed in order for me to see this version of me that was unhealed, that's created all this drama, that's created all this pain and suffering, that's been trapped in these patterns, unhealthy ways of engaging in connection. And I just feel so guilty. I feel like there's so many things that I don't understand or see about myself that I don't know how I will ever. And without knowing you, I might have never have seen this about myself or understood this about myself. And now I'm working through forgiving myself and however I can, although I carry this heavy guilt and I don't see a way through this. I feel like I keep sort of telling myself that, I don't deserve to be happy ever again because of what I've done. And that you for sure deserve someone that's stand up and not like me, because you're a beautiful soul that's given me nothing but love and trust. And I feel like I wish I could take it all back, but I know I'm unhealed and I know I don't have it figured out. And I know it's super complicated. And I feel like if we had a new beginning and maybe we could sort through this, because now I can see parts of me that were dangerous and creating all sorts of conflict here. I don't like feeling apart from you. I don't like feeling this lonely. I don't like carrying this burden, this sadness, this heaviness, this guilt. But I know it's a part of this process that's been much needed in order for me to really look at this ego and this selfish part of me that's just doing these things. And it's not right. You deserve much more. And so I don't think you're waiting for me, but part of me, a little part, it just says, maybe, you had some hope, because I could see it in your eyes. And I saw the trust and the love you had in me at one point, that something like that doesn't just completely go away. That even if there's a glimmer of that somewhere in there, that a part of me hopes that you're holding out for something, but the realistic part of me and the part of me that knows better says, don't wait, because I have been unhealed and I'm not deserving of that chance again, that I've ruined it more times than I was actually deserving of. And there's no way I could ever make it up to you. And I want to say I'm sorry, and I want your attention so I could be genuine with you, so I could tell you how much you mean to me, how much you have always meant to me, and how much of a jerk I've been, and how disappointing I must have been, and how disrespectful. And I have to sit with that. And I'm very sorry. And I love you deeply. And I hope you know this wasn't a lie. It's not a lie. It's how I feel underneath this pain, underneath everything I've done. It's true. And I know that I need to work on myself and really sort of grow in this area. I don't know how I'm going to do this on my own, but I feel like I'm shutting everything and everyone out. I feel like I've learned what I needed to learn in that lesson, in that regard. And I can't repeat that same thing. But now how do I grow from here? Where do I go from here? I feel empty. I feel lost. and I feel like I've ruined the only good thing in my life. When I think about you, it gives me hope, that there is hope. If I was able to find you, that maybe somewhere there's someone who would ever give me a chance now that I've gone through this and give me this vision of a version of me that I could be someone better. I never had that before, an idea of who I could be. And you've given that to me. And so I am blessed, and I want to thank you. And I want to say sorry, and that I do truly love you, and I'm sorry. Wow. Pile number 4. What is happening? I feel like this is really, really, really intense. And I do feel like this is coming from this person's higher self, okay? I do feel like this person is ashamed and is carrying a lot of guilt here, okay? And I do feel like Spirit was really coming through with that guidance for you, because I do feel like there might be some part of you that's working through releasing some pain that this person's caused you. And I think the sooner you can sort of release that devilly energy, okay, not for them, but for you, I feel energetically we can move from this sort of karmic lessons of sorts, okay, so that the heavy weight isn't energetically sort of sitting with you in a way here that's creating unnecessary due burdens. So I do love you guys very much, and I'm sorry if you guys experience this pain, if you guys were drawn to another pile, I will see you guys there. All right, bye-bye.